a very short and quick chair yoga sequence. This can serve as a good warm-up before doing any other yoga poses, as well as a nice standalone practice. So all that you're really going to need is yourself and a comfortable seat. Join me in your chair. Find a comfortable place, whether that's upright or reclined, and close your eyes. Let's begin with 5 slow and deep breaths. And after that 5th breath, allow yourself to check in. And let's check in first with our bodies. So notice what sensations are present. Notice where you feel relaxed. Notice if you feel sleepy or sore in any areas. And remember that yoga is about supporting you. So you can modify every pose, maybe to get more or less sensation, whatever you need. It's your practice. Let's take another deep breath. And let your focus move there to your breathing. Feel the rise and fall of the chest, the rise and fall of the belly. And as we take every pose, try to maintain this awareness of breath. It's one of the easiest ways that we can stay present. And when we're present, we're fully aware and tuned into our body and its needs. One more time, breathe deep. And then open up your eyes. We want to warm up our neck. Let your hands comfortably rest at your lap. Drop your chin to your chest. Be mindful that you've got a long, tall spine when you're in this. You don't want to round your back too much. And then take your right ear to your right shoulder. Letting that left side of the neck get a good sensation, a good stretch. And then switch so that your left ear is to your left shoulder. The right side of the neck gets the stretch. Now try and go back and forth. Right ear to right shoulder. Left ear to left shoulder. Let's do one more. And then come back to where you're just looking straight out ahead. And let's circle our shoulders. So it can be small circles, they can be bigger circles. And notice what way that you're moving. Now try and circle the opposite direction. So if you are going backwards, now you move forwards, or vice versa. Now once the shoulders are a little more relaxed, we're going to keep hands at our lap and move into our cow and cat poses. These are designed to really move the spine, as well as start to get us into our chest. So when you breathe in, you're going to lift the chest up and look up. This allows the lungs to really expand. When you breathe out, you're rounding back and down, chin tucking in. And we'll go again. So you're breathing in and arching forward, and breathing out, rounding back. Let's just do one more round. Inhale forward, cow pose, and exhale back, cat pose. Now come to a neutral spine, sitting tall. Let's twist to the right side. Right hand at your seat, left hand at your leg. Stay tall in your back and look over your shoulder. And that's looking over your right shoulder. Now try and maintain a steady flow of breath. And untwist. Turn to your left. Hold the seat with your hand. Right one's at your leg. Your spine is tall. And you still have that steady flow of breath. Release so you're again facing forward. Let's take our feet a little bit wider than our chair. Spine tall and your hands just resting at your legs. Lean to your right and come forward. Lean to the left and move back around, making a full circle. We'll do this a couple more times. Circling from right to left. Now come back to the middle as you finish this one. And take your right elbow either to your leg or you can rest it up at your hip. Let your left arm extend out parallel with the ground. Start like this. And this is checking in with how does this left shoulder feel? How is this arm? You could always stay here, but you might lift up the arm. And if you can, you extend that hand all the way to the right. So you get this big stretch from the left hip up to the left shoulder. Breathe here. Let's try switching sides. So as you come up, we want to come back to circling. We'll lean from left to right. We'll do about 3 full rounds. And after that third time, we want to stretch the side body. Left elbow at your leg, right arm out. So you're checking in, seeing what feels good. Maybe we stop here. Maybe we go all the way over. Honor what your body needs and breathe deep. We'll come back to sitting up and we'll bring our feet together. In fact, scoot back in your chair if you're not yet and let your right foot come straight up, point it and flex it. Do this maybe 5 times and then circle your toes to really get into your ankle. And try that in both directions here, circling the other way. And then let's see if we can cross, maybe the right ankle at the left ankle, maybe up at your shin, or maybe all the way up at the knee. Keep in mind this one is more challenging. And then decide, if you get enough sensation where you're at, you'll simply stay. You can add in a forward fold, leaning towards your legs to create more of a stretch. We call this pigeon pose. The focus should be in that right hip. And let's hold for another 3, 2, and 1. Sit all the way up if you're not yet. And let that right foot relax to the mat. Now the left foot lifted up, point and flex. You also want to circle your toes. And then we go into that pigeon pose. So left ankle, it can be at the right ankle, the shin, or up at your knee. You might stay here, you might fold. Wherever you choose to be, focus on how you're breathing. And we'll come out just like we did on that previous side, sitting upright and releasing our feet. And we do want the feet to be flat for the next part, so scoot up if you need. Reach your arms to a T. Take your right arm over your left and cross in front of you. Now reach and hold opposite shoulders. Let any tightness in the shoulders go. Let your chin tuck down towards the chest, feeling length through the back of your neck. And you probably are going to feel some sensation, a nice stretch in your shoulders. You can always direct your breath there. And then let's lift our head up. Now your arms might stay where they're at, but you could try to lift the hands as if you're taking the back of the hands together. Again, this is a really challenging pose, even if it doesn't look like it. It's called eagle, like the bird, and this is the arm position. If it's too intense, go back to where you started at. Wherever the arms are, we want to take our right foot and cross it over the left leg. It can be the ankle, shin, or knee. This is different, however, than the previous pose. This is knee crossing knee, whereas before it was ankle over knee. This is kind of like a pretzel once you get all the way into it. But this posture is really good for the major joints of our body, our hips and our knees, our shoulders and our elbows. See if you can hold for another breath. First, release your legs, and then release your hands. And after that one, you might want to shake out, just shaking off any tightness, any stress. And we'll repeat that. It's eagle pose. Reach your arms out to a T. Let the left arm cross over the right. You're going to hold opposite shoulders. And just make sure that it doesn't feel exactly the same as it did before. Chin to chest. Nice slow breath. And notice when you breathe slowly how it affects the body. You'll lift your head up and maybe lift the hands up. So if this isn't accessible, you would stay where you were. You might try this, and if you need even more, work on getting the elbows to lift. This time, it's going to be your right leg lifting up and crossing over the left. Again, if this feels exactly the same as what you did on the other side, you'll just simply switch. This is that eagle pose. Breathe while you're here. See if you can find some ease amidst all the effort. And then release your feet. Release your arms. Take a nice deep breath. And let's scoot all the way back in our seat. So quickly to finish up, we'll lift up both of our feet, alternating, pointing and flexing. And then even just a little swing of the feet forward and back. And then let your feet relax. Now make fists with your hands, squeeze really, really tight. And then let your hands relax. Now close your eyes. Take 5 slow, deep breaths. After the 5th breath, let yourself completely relax. Not worried about how you're breathing, what the body's doing. Allow yourself to take a step away, to step into calm, ease, and peace. And notice how quickly the body relaxes when you allow You are welcome to stay here as long as you would like. When you are ready, I invite you to move your hands together in front of your chest. Open the eyes. And thank you for taking the time to practice with me. The divine light in me honors and cherishes that same divine light in you. Namaste.